The Bengals pick is in. And, I think we're live. Hello? Are we live? Hello, hello, hello? Sorry, not the Bengals, the Buccaneers. But yeah, the Buccaneers pick is in. And I think we're live. All right. I believe we are officially back live. My internet crashed there. We got the scroll bar updated. We missed Shamar Stewart to the Bengals, edge out of Texas A&M. Gray Zabel, offensive lineman who can play center, guard, tackle if you need him to the Buccaneers to the Seahawks. The Buccaneers are on the clock, which means the Broncos are on the clock. About to hide my chat as yeah, we'll see what happens with the Broncos. Do we trade down? What's going on? I don't know why my internet has to die on the day I look forward to the most, but yeah, here we go. Here we go. The Buccaneers are on the clock. The Buccaneers are on the clock, and here's their pick. Here is the Buccaneers selection. Here comes the commish. Emeka Egbuka. Wide receiver out of Ohio State. Come on, Tampa. You didn't need a receiver, man. Come on, man. That sucks. All right, I'm all in on the TreVeyon Henderson. I'm all in on TreVeyon Henderson if we don't trade down here. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. All right, who are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? Let me make a post. Internet went down. We back live right now. All right, make a post on the YouTube channel. And man, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts. All right, I'm covering the chat. I am covering the chat as we are on the clock, man. I'm kind of in on TreVeyon Henderson right now. It could be Amarian Hampton. It really could be. I really wanted Egbuka. Could be Luther Burden, but man, it sucks that Egbuka just went to the Buccaneers. That hurts. That hurt. Tampa Bay didn't even need a receiver, right? They had Jalen McMillan. They have Mike Evans. They have Chris Godwin. Like, why did they take Egbuka? Why did they take Egbuka? I mean, good pick for them. I'm a little frustrated because I wanted him, but I'm hoping for TreVeyon Henderson. I am hoping for TreVeyon Henderson, or Luther Burden at this point, or trade down. I would be open to a trade down as well, as we are just above 4 minutes away. Still haven't had any trades outside of the Travis Hunter trade up with the Jaguars. But yeah, Emeka Egbuka. I'm kind of hoping for TreVeyon Henderson right now. I'm hoping for TreVeyon Henderson. I have the chat covered. I'm not looking at the chat right now, just for spoilers reasons, for the Broncos specifically. But here we go. Yeah, they're showing all the Ohio State receivers drafted with Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Marvin Harrison Jr., and now Emeka Egbuka. And in a few years' time, not next year, probably 2 years, Jeremiah Smith. As we have 3.5 minutes remaining with our pick, are we going to trade down? Are we going to trade with the Giants? Are we going to trade with the Saints? Is there going to be a team that jumps the Steelers for a quarterback here? Shedeur Sanders still on the board. We don't need him. Here we go. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. The pick isn't in. If we stick and pick here, to me, it's got to be Luther Burden or Travion Henderson, or it could be a trade, right? They're going to commercial break right now. We will see what happens here at pick number 20. Are we going to trade it? Are we wheeling and dealing? All right. Well, we officially have 2.5 minutes left. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Could be looking to trade. Could be on the phone with the prospect we think is gonna be our pick. I think Travion Henderson or Burden. Travion Henderson or Luther Burden for me. If we stick and pick, of course, could be trading out. We could be trading out here. Two minutes left. As my stream froze again and I got scared for a second. I got scared. So just in case the stream goes down, I do have this backup recording right now for the Broncos selection. Potentially, we could trade out and maybe we don't pick, but let's see. The clock is winding down. Clock is winding down. We've still only had one trade when the Jaguars traded up with the Browns, moved up to second overall to get Travis Hunter. Let's see. Minute 20. Minute 20. Clock is running out. Could be a trade. We'll have to see. One minute left for the Broncos. "45 seconds. Why are we running it so low, man? It feels like a trade. It feels like a trade at this point. Sup Preem, another year, another draft. All right, the pick is in. The pick is in. I'm hoping Luther Burden or Travion Henderson. I am hoping for Luther Burden or Travion Henderson here. I got my chat hidden. I don't want to be spoiled, but here is the Broncos selection at 20th overall. We are about to welcome the newest addition to the Broncos family. I'd like Omarion Hampton, but I prefer Travion Henderson. So we'll have to see who the pick is right here at pick 20. My heart's racing. You know, I was heartbroken when Ibuka was taken one pick before us. Who is the pick going to be here at 20? Burden or Travion Henderson? And then we'll play it by ear. We'll see if someone else, whoever it is, maybe I like it. Like, there's other picks I would like. But the two guys I want are Luther Burden or Travion Henderson. As they're showing prime time right now. All right. All right, here we go. There's Sean. There's George. There's the Walter Payton ownership group. Someone's just sprung a trade, apparently. I don't know who the trade is or what the trade is, but the pick is in. Here we go. Let's see what the pick is for the Broncos. All right. Here we go. Here comes Roger. As the I forgot we're doing a Make-A-Wish selection for us. That's awesome. That's awesome. Here we go. All right, come on. Who are we selecting here at pick 20? All right, here we go. The Denver Broncos select Jahdae Barron, cornerback out of Texas. Wow. I would have preferred Will Johnson. I'm not gonna lie, but Jahdae Barron is interesting. Pairing him with Pat Surtain. That's interesting. That's interesting. Not a horrible pick. Not a horrible pick, but I would have gone with Luther Burden or TreVeyon Henderson, obviously, but I don't hate it, but I'm not it's interesting. It's interesting. Huh. Huh. Number one defense in the NFL next season. I mean, I hope so. We're investing in the defense there. Jahdae Barron, pairing up with Pat Surtain, yeah. By the way, on the clock is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me update this real quick. As the Steelers are on the clock, we'll see. I'm hoping we move up for TreVeyon Henderson, if I'm honest with you. That's still what I'm hoping for. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. They're saying right now where the reports Jahdae Barron might move to the nickel, which is interesting. But we'll see because we had Jaquan McMillan. I would have preferred Will Johnson, but the pick is in for the Steelers, by the way. All right, Jahdae Barron. He was my number 32 overall player in the class with Moss and Surtain and Jaquan McMillan. Don't forget Jaquan McMillan in that too, right? Jahdae Barron, welcome to Broncos country, by the way. Not mad, by the way. I still like the pick. All right. Here is the Steelers selection. Great player, but I'm in shock we went corner. I am too. I thought if we went defense, it was going to be on the defensive line. And I'm shocked we didn't go like, TreVeyon Henderson or someone like that, right? The Steelers select Derek Harmon, defensive tackle out of Oregon. Yeah, I know a lot of Broncos fans liked him, but I'm surprised they didn't go quarterback. As the Los Angeles Chargers are on the clock, and if they go Burden, man, I'm gonna be a little bit sad. Be a little bit sad. As the Chargers are on the clock, I'm trying to find where is it? There we go. But hey, great player. Great player. I don't mind Jahdae Barron, right? All right, Chargers on the clock, 7 minutes. Man, I'll be honest, I'm kind of in shock right now. Solid player. But man, I think we need to get Bo some weapons, right? Here's probably the best player available, and they failed to find a trade down partner to move down. That could be it. That could be it, and it probably is. But yeah, I mean, maybe they don't want the quarterbacks. You know, you think about who wants to trade up for. Okay, everything just minimized. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm surprised no one wants either Dart or Shedeur Sanders. And I mean, I wasn't super high on this quarterback class, but yeah, no one is. It seems like a trade down. Seems like a trade down wasn't available as the Chargers have 6 minutes remaining on the clock. Let's see. Let's go to my positional rankings. If we go to corner, Jahdae Barron was my number. He was my number 3 cornerback. I had him below Will Johnson, who I'm surprised we didn't take if we went the corner route. But hey, I don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. But hey, there is a chance. There is a chance we still trade up. I'd be shocked if we do trade up in the first. I think it's unlikely, but we absolutely could. Won't be surprised if Sanders falls out first. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. But sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought. I think it's unlikely, but because we actually have a second round pick this year, we could technically trade into the back end of the first. I don't know if we do. I think it is probably unlikely, even though I really want Travion Henderson or Luther Burden. But yeah. Hey, Jahdae Barron. All right, here we go. Waiting for the Chargers still. They got 4 minutes. Got 4 minutes remaining on the clock. And yeah, we'll see where our division rivals go. If they take Luther Burden or Travion Henderson, I will be very sad. But they could go Omarion Hampton too. He's still on the board. I think they go and get a weapon though for Herbert. I think they go Matthew Golden, probably. If it's Luther Burden, I'll be sad. But hey, I'm gonna stop this recording because I was recording for if my internet went out. But hey. Barron, because I was not expecting him to be the selection for the Broncos. But he will probably play the slot. Played in Texas for all 5 years. Let's see here. Had a career high 5 interceptions this past season, but yeah, it sounds like it's going to be Surtain, Moss, and then Jahdae Barron defense here. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how everyone else reacted to our selection. I gotta go look at other streamers' reactions after the first round ends, but we'll see. As my internet is starting to falter kind of a little bit, it's starting to sputter. I honestly wonder if Jahdae Barron or Emeka Egbuka didn't go, if if he was going to be the pick. But I'm happy with Jahdae Barron. Little surprised, caught me off guard, but I don't mind it. as the Chargers are still on the clock. Their pick isn't in with a minute 58 to go. All right. 1 minute 20 remains as my internet is is down the toilet right now. They might move Moss into slot. I don't know. We have Jaquan McMillan. And from the sounds of the reports right now, it sounds like they want him to play in the nickel. So but Jahdae Barron he's a versatile corner. You can play him a lot of spots. So you'll find a spot for him. You'll find a spot for him in the secondary. If one of these RBs keeps falling, I'm not be surprised to see moving to the front of the second round to grab. I mean, I'm kind of hoping for that. I really want TreVeyon Henderson. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how things go. And the Chargers are down to 20 seconds. Sounds like they might be trying to trade down too, but they might not be able to. Four, three, two, one. The Chargers are out of time, and the pick just went in. The pick is in for the Chargers as, who I think the Packers are on the clock at 23. All right, yeah, I gotta close some tabs or something, because even though I don't have that many open, because things are getting pixelated. All right, Chargers pick is in at 22. Who are they going to go? And I'll make a video tonight on my thoughts of Jahdae Barron. I need some time to collect them and think and perform my opinion. I like the pick, right? And so I will post a video tonight on it. So we'll see. That will be out some point. Might be super late and super early in the morning. But yeah, here we go. Still waiting for the Chargers selection here. I got to pull this up on my phone just so I can see, so it's more clear. The Chargers just drafted Omarion Hampton. It's good for the Broncos because I kind of won, and as the Packers are on the clock. As the Packers are on the clock. But that's good for the Broncos if we really want TreVeyon Henderson. I'd be all for a trade up. Ouch. Although it sucks, probably a great pick for the Chargers. Yeah, I mean, I was higher on TreVeyon Henderson than Omarion Hampton. But, I mean, this is still a good pick. You know, Jim Harbaugh wants to pound the rock and run it. So they're getting a really talented running back, right? And they're going to counteract kind of what we just did and beefing up our secondary. So, yeah. But Hey, I was more of a Travion Henderson. To me, there's two running backs that I really want. It's either Travion Henderson or Quinshawn Judkins. I'm not high on Caleb Johnson than a lot of people are, but Packers have about 6 minutes left. All right. Waiting for the Packers selection here at and I think my thing is even more delayed with how laggy it is and how pixelated it is. Apparently there were trade calls going on with the Chargers and now with the Packers. So we'll see. Maybe the Broncos really love Jahdae Barron, and he could be worth not trading down for or whatever. But yeah, we'll see. Still waiting for the Packers pick to come in. I have to find a place to put my phone because of this is how I got to watch it now because of how pixelated this is. But let's see. All right. Still waiting for the selection for the Packers. I think they're receiving trade calls. That's what everyone is saying. I would assume the Packers would go and grab a weapon like a receiver, but they never they never do. They never do in the first, it seems. So Packers have 3 minutes left on the clock, waiting for their selection. Packers still potentially seeking a trade down. Um, yeah, it still looks like they're seeking calls. Packers pick is still not in. Minute and a half remains. They might be facilitating trade calls. I mean, I wouldn't mind trading up if I'm the Broncos, but uh, that's just me personally. I would love to go and get a Travion Henderson right now, but we'll have to see how things shake up. Maybe we trade up into the early second potentially. Who knows? Who knows? Sean Payton is aggressive and likes to go get his guy. as there is about a minute left on the clock. According to James Palmer, the Broncos loved Jahdae Barron, that they never thought he was going to be there at pick 20. So, hey, if Sean Payton likes him, I don't mind it. As the Packers pick is in, by the way. Packers pick is officially in at 23. As we're waiting for the Packers selection here. Waiting for the selection from the Packers. At least the commissioner. Let's see. Waiting for the commissioner to walk on the stage. Still waiting. Still waiting. I'll let you guys know. I think we grab Judkins in the second. The Broncos will grab a quality RB and still enhance our lead. I'd be all for that. I love Quinshon Judkins. I'd prefer Henderson, obviously a little bit more, but I still love Quinshon Judkins. So would not be mad at all. Would not be mad as we await the Packers selection. So I think they're doing an announcement here. I have my stuff muted, but let's see. Let's see. The Green Bay Packers still waiting for the announcement. Here we go. The Green Bay Packers select He could be. He could be gone in the first. I wouldn't mind the Broncos to trade back into the first, but obviously I think that might be unlikely. Although Sean Payton loves to go and get his guy. So we're at the range where we absolutely could do that, as here's the Packers selection. They select. Still waiting. I think it's their president or GM. One of the two is just talking to the crowd, and I guess that's fair considering it's in Green Bay. But come on, man. The Green Bay Packers. Okay, I thought he was making the selection again. I have it muted, so I'm just. The Packers select Matthew Golden, wide receiver, Texas. They did it. They got Jordan Love, a weapon in Matthew Golden. As the Broncos are on the clock, and my guys and Travion Henderson and Luther Burden are still there. As the Minnesota Vikings are on the clock at pick 24. I had Malachi Starks going there in my mock draft. But let's see here. All right, here we go. All right. Vikings. Oh, I forgot to update this. All right, the Vikings are on the clock. All right. Vikings, 5 minutes left, and Okay, yeah, I gotta stop looking at the screen I have up here because it is confusing me with because it's behind and then yeah, it's behind. So I just need to look at this one on my phone and yeah, whatever, whatever. I'm upset that I got to do this, but with how the internet is, what's the next pick? Um, in the draft, it's the Vikings, but for the Broncos, we have pick 51. We have pick 51. I believe. I'm trying to double check it, but I couldn't find it. So I gotta go grab it real quick. Um Broncos 7, yep. But I believe it is 51 for the Broncos if that's what you're asking. It is 51. It is 51, yes. Vikings pick is officially in. I was not paying attention. But the pick is in for the Vikings. As for the Broncos, we have or I guess for potential trade up spots, you got the Texans next. Um let me pull up the draft. You have the Vikings pick is in. You could do the Texans, the Rams, the Ravens, the Lions, the Commanders are who I most likely see us trading up with if we trade up at all. Again, I'm not saying we will, but that's kind of who I want if we were to trade up. Um, you know, but we'll see. We will see what happens here. Again, this is part 2 of my live draft coverage as my internet went out for a few picks for the Bengals and Seahawks. Bengals took Shamar Stewart, edge of Texas A&M, and the Seahawks took Gray Zabel, interior offensive lineman from North Dakota State, someone who could play guard, center, even tackle if you want him to, but probably more of the interior. And then, yeah, the Broncos. We got Jahdae Barron, or Jahdae Barron, technically. Solid player, solid pick. I don't mind it at all. I really like Jahdae Barron. So, a very versatile guy. I'll have a video out on him. I was really surprised at the pick. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think he's a bad player by any means. By any means. Oh, you know what? Even if I'm delayed a little bit, I'm just gonna watch it on here so I can actually enjoy and take in the draft. All right, pick is in officially for the Vikings. As I said that, I believe already, but hey. Also, we got to trade after this. The Rams are trading out, and the Giants are on the clock. We do have a trade alert with the in 2 picks. The Rams are trading out, and the Texans, or sorry, the Rams are trading out, and the Giants are on the clock. All right, the Vikings select Donovan Jackson, guard out of Ohio State. If I can spell it. My keyboard isn't working. Donovan Jackson, guard out of Ohio State. As the Houston Texans are on the clock. Boom. Texans are at the clock. Can't wait to hear Sean and George press conference. I would love to know what the reasoning was. From what I heard, it's because they didn't think Jahdae Barron was going to be on there. As the Texans traded with the Giants. The Texans traded with the Giants. I got that trade wrong. My bad. But the Giants are back on the clock, and you would have to assume this is for a quarterback. Will it be Shedeur Sanders or Jackson Dart? We will have to see. But yeah, from what I heard, he was the best player on their board, and they were not expecting him to fall that far. But I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to that press conference as well. Here is the trade information. So let me just put the trade alert back up. Here's the trade information. The Giants get the 25th overall pick. Texans get number 34 and 99, as well as a 2026 third-round pick. I would have made that trade if I was the Broncos to trade up. Obviously, it would have had to have been more because we pick later than those two picks. But we will see who the Giants are taking at 25. Is it going to be Shedeur Sanders? Is it going to be Jackson Dart? You know, Joe Shane's son posted a Instagram video of Jackson Dart highlights. So maybe they go Jackson Dart, but we will see. Man, I was going to do a speed test to see if I should refresh ESPN, but I don't think I should with how long it's taken. F it, we're doing it. We're refreshing. Might have been a mistake, but it was just so pixelated. I actually want to see the draft, you know? All right. Okay, everything looks better. The pick is in for the Giants. Giants pick is in. Gotta assume this is for a quarterback. Gotta assume you are moving up for a quarterback here. We are at commercial break. The Giants pick is in, so the Rams are on the clock, followed by the Baltimore Ravens at 27. All right. Let me do that. I'm looking at my phone too much. I'm getting spoiled too much. Giants pick is in. Have to assume this is Shedeur or Jackson Dart, right? But yeah. Yes, sirree. Again, gonna make a whole video on Jahdae Barron. Jahdae Barron. I need to say it right. Um, I don't hate it though. I don't hate it. I am shocked, but I don't hate it. All right, they're showing the Giants draft room. Of course, they already have Abdul Carter, but they probably are going here for a quarterback. They gave up their second and their third this year and their third next year for this 25th overall pick. Let's see. All right, here's the Giants pick. I think it's coming here soon. All right, here's the Giants selection. I think the commissioner is coming to the stage. Jackson Dart. They take Jackson Dart over Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback out of Ole Miss or Mississippi. Ole Miss Rebel is headed to New York. Jackson Dart headed to the Big Apple. Shedeur keeps falling as the Los Angeles Rams are on the clock. As they got 5 minutes. And again, I keep saying it, but I would really not mind a Broncos trade up. You know, Sean Payton's aggressive. Go get your guy. I'm hoping for Judkins or Travion Henderson. I'm not super high on Caleb Johnson. So we'll see. The Rams pick is in. Just kidding. They just pump faked me. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Atlanta Falcons have traded up. Where are the Falcons going to go? Wow. Another trade alert. Pick is in for the Falcons. Where do they? They're obviously not trading up for a quarterback with obviously Michael Penix last year, but we'll see where they go. Will Johnson, he was a top 5 player for me in this draft. So is that the direction they're going? The Falcons trade pick 46, pick 242, and a 2026 first-round pick to the Rams for pick number 26 and pick 101. Wow, the Falcons gave up a lot to move up. They must really love this player. To me, it would be for Will Johnson. They grabbed Jalen Walker, right? I think they grabbed Jalen Walker earlier, or was it Michael? I think it was Jalen Walker. It was Jalen Walker. Let me update this. Also, it's not the Houston Texans that's selected, so I got to update that. But the Falcons back on the clock. Their pick is officially in. Falcons pick is in. Who did they trade up for? Who did they give a future first round pick up for? We will see. Yeah, so the Falcons get the 26th overall pick and a third, and the Rams get the Falcons' second, seventh, and first next year. All right. Here is the Falcons selection at pick 26. Here is the Falcons selection at pick 26. James Pierce Jr., they double up on edge. They double up on edge. They get Jalen Walker and James Pierce. Wow. Wow. They have upgraded their pass rush. They have upgraded their pass rush tenfold as the Baltimore Ravens are now on the clock. Going Jalen Walker earlier and now grabbing James Pierce Jr. The Falcons want to get after the quarterback now as the Ravens are now on the clock. I thought he was going to be a top 5 pick at the beginning of the season. He goes to the Falcons at pick 26 after they trade back into the first. The Ravens on the clock here at pick number 27. So Baltimore has 5 minutes remaining, followed by the Lions, the Commanders, who's actually at 30? Who is it? It's we got the Ravens, the Lion. Oh yeah, it's the Ravens, the Lions, the Commanders, then the Bills, then the Chiefs, then the Eagles, and then we are out of here for the night, barring any trades, of course. 4.5 minutes remain for the Ravens. James Pierce Jr., though. Good pick. I really like James Pierce Jr. I thought he was super underrated, so we'll see. Could the Ravens be moving to trade down? We'll see. We will see. They're showing Shedeur Sanders right now. We'll see where he ends up going. Probably a day 2 pick. Maybe to the Browns. We'll see. As the Ravens have 3.5 minutes remaining on the clock. I'm interested to see what Pat Surtain thinks of this pick. Because that secondary is not going to be fun. Not going to be fun to pass against, right? Surtain, Barron, McMillan, Moss, right? Chris Abrams-Draine. You got Brandon Jones, Talanoa Hufanga. Going to be scary, man. Going to be scary. Two minutes, 45 seconds remain for the Ravens and this pick. They could be looking for a trade down, could be talking to their player that they've selected before they officially turn the pick in. As the pick just goes in, the Baltimore Ravens have selected, and the Detroit Lions are now officially on the clock. Let's see where they go. Still at commercial break here. Still at commercial break. get some water. I can't remember who I had the Ravens selecting. I think I had them going edge or on the interior of the defensive line. Still waiting to come back from commercial break. All right, we're back. We're back waiting for the Ravens selection. All right, pick is in for the Ravens, followed by the Lions, the Commanders, the Bills, the Chiefs, and then the Eagles. All right, here's the Ravens selection, or at least they're showing their draft room. All right, they're showing the stage. I believe the Ravens are about to make their selection. Malachi Starks. Dude, Malachi Starks and Kyle Hamilton. That is a nasty safety duo, dude. That is a nasty safety duo as the Detroit Lions are now on the clock. But dude, that is a scary safety duo. Scary safety duo. All right, Lions are on the clock, and I think this is kind of the range if the Broncos do want to execute a trade up. I think this is where it happens, right? So 5.5 minutes remaining for the Lions. But yeah, this is the area I would expect the Broncos to potentially trade up if we're interested in moving up for Luther Burden or TreVeyon Henderson. Would be ecstatic for both. But we'll see. We will see. But yeah, Malachi Starks was still my top safety, even over Nick Emmanwori, right? So, what a playmaker. Absolute beast at the safety position. The pick is in for the Detroit Lions. Where do they go? I gave them an edge rusher to help out, what's his name? Aiden Hutchinson. So Mike Green, Donovan from Boston College. I'm not gonna pronounce his last name. I can't. Um, but yeah, either. I mean, who would be the best D tackle available? I mean, I think all the good interior defensive tackles are gone, so I'd go edge and Mike Green, honestly. That's kind of who I suspect the Lions pick to be. The Commanders are on the clock, and they lack some draft capital, so they could absolutely trade down, and that's where I would target if I was going to trade up. All right, Detroit Lions pick is in, waiting for their selection. Doing their story on Malachi Starks. All right. All right. Apparently, Malachi Stark's favorite quarterback's Lamar Jackson, which is awesome that he gets to go play on the same team as him. Apparently, oh yeah, no, just kidding. Obviously, Commanders are on the clock with the Lions. Here we go. Yeah, they're talking about his knee injury. So that's why, or Will Johnson's knee injury. That's why he's sliding down the draft boards. All right, here's the line selection, I believe. Tyleik Williams. They go interior out of Ohio State. I didn't see him going in the first, but I did see him as a second round guy. And here, I mean, you're practically in the second round, right? But you know, he's a solid player, and you're helping out Aiden Hutchinson in the with the pass rush, right? As the Commanders are on the clock. But that's a solid pick for them, right? So helping out Aiden Hutchinson, getting pressure on the quarterback. I could have seen them going corner, but with how their depth was tested, but that's just kind of unlucky with the injuries. So Yeah. The NFC East, the Commanders are now on the clock with 4 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. This is the most likely trade up scenario for the Broncos, maybe with Buffalo too. But right here at pick 29 is where I do expect the Broncos to potentially be targeting a trade up if they do within the next two picks. Obviously, you're probably not trading up with Kansas City. I don't know if the Eagles would be willing to trade down. So I think here or at 30 would be the two most likely to trade down or trade up with if we go in that direction, of course. Commanders, and they're going back to a commercial. It's one pick, one commercial now at the end of the draft, and it's kind of getting a little frustrating. A little frustrating, I'm not going to lie. 'm going to be pissed if the Chiefs get Travion Henderson. I know they've done a lot of work with him. I'll be a little bit upset. I'm not going to lie. 3 minutes left for the Commanders. They just went under 3 minutes for the Commanders pick. Two and a half minutes remaining for the Commanders. The pick is in for the Commanders. They did not trade it. Who is Washington going here? They could honestly go Travion Henderson too. I think they were a spot for Amarian Hampton if he did fall this far, but Commanders pick is in. Bills on the clock, followed by the Chiefs and Eagles, and then we are moving on to day number 2. All right, we're back from commercial break here with the Commanders. Waiting for the Commanders selection here. All right, here is the Commanders' selection. Josh Conley Jr., the tackle from Oregon. Protecting Jaden Daniels, I can't hate on the pick. Investing in your quarterback. Investing in Jaden Daniels. I can't hate it. I can't hate it as the Bills are on the clock now. Had a fantastic season, and you're protecting him even more. Got the weapons. You got, obviously, as well, you got Laramie Tunsil from the Texans. So, yeah, this is well, not a surprise. I mean, good for him. I had Connerly as more of a second-round talent, but if you're investing in your quarterback, I really can't hate it. I cannot hate it. Bills on the clock, followed by the Chiefs and the Eagles. Bills have just under 6.5 minutes, and this is the last spot I see the Broncos potentially trading up for. You could with the Eagles, but I think the Eagles might stick and pick because it sounds like they were trying to trade up tonight, but weren't able to. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. 5.5 minutes left for the Buffalo Bills. I'm still shocked that Ibuka went to the Buccaneers with them bringing back Chris Godwin. They have Mike Evans and they have Jalen McMillan. I'm shocked that they went wide receiver in the first round. Just under 4 minutes now for the Bills to submit their selection. Showing Shedeur Sanders looks like he is going to be a second-round pick. Under 4 minutes now for the Bills. And the pick is in for the Bills. The Chiefs are on the clock. All right, here's the Bills selection. Could go Will Johnson here. All right. Waiting here for the Bills selection. Bills have their selection, and we're waiting for. Oh, it's another Make-A-Wish pick for the Bills. That's awesome. Let's go. All right, here's the announcement. Maxwell Hairston, corner from Kentucky. Cornerback from Kentucky, the fastest player at the combine this year. As the Chiefs are on the clock. If they take Tyler Warren, I will be upset. I will be upset. But Maxwell Harrison, good pick for the Bills. I was texting my Bills fan friend, and he wanted Will Johnson, but obviously the injury concerns are something that could drop him out of the first round, right? The Chiefs are. Oh, the Chiefs have traded the pick. We have a trade alert. The Chiefs trade the pick to the Eagles. The Eagles are moving up one spot. That's interesting. That's interesting. They just swap picks. They swap picks. That's interesting. I don't know why the Eagles would move up one spot here at the end unless they thought the Chiefs were going to take their guy. But the Philadelphia Eagles are now on the clock at pick 31. The Eagles receive, Eagles trade the 32nd overall pick and the 164th to the Chiefs and number 31, and then they get number 31 back. As the Eagles are on the clock, but the pick is probably going to be in, and I'll be right back. I'll be gone for 2 seconds. I'm just going to put the pick in because it's going to be in soon. And that was even quicker than I imagined. All right. Eagles pick is officially in now. All right. The Philadelphia Eagles, we're waiting for their selection. Their pick is in. And then it's going to be the Chiefs, and then we're getting out of here. Because I don't think we're trading up with our division rival. All right. Philly and then the Chiefs. And then we're ready for day 2. And they're going back to commercial again. Are we shocked? We are not. All right. All right. Still waiting for them to come back from commercial break, man. Waiting for the commercial, man. I don't know. ABC is doing way too many commercials, in my opinion. Feels like one pick, and then there's another commercial break, maybe 2 sometimes. But all right, we're back. All right, Eagles pick is in. I think we're getting their selection here. So what just happened? The Eagles get the 31st overall pick, and the Chiefs get the 32nd overall pick and a 5th round pick. Here is the Eagles selection. Jod Campbell, linebacker out of Alabama, best inside backer in the class, is headed to Philadelphia. Solid player, solid player. I thought he was going to go a lot earlier, but he ends up in Philadelphia as an Eagle, as we are now. We're at the final pick. And if this is Luther Burden or TreVeyon Henderson, I will die a little bit inside. So I'm nervous, man. But yeah, solid inside backer. Waiting for the Eagles. Or sorry, the Chiefs. Waiting for the Chiefs. And then let's see. A really solid player. Kansas City Chiefs have 7 minutes remaining, and their pick is in. So this is the final pick in the first round. And then we're getting out of here, and I will see you all tomorrow for day 2, rounds 2 and 3, where hopefully the Broncos are able to grab a running back or a receiver to help out Bo. But if TreVeyon Henderson is still available in the first or in the second, dude, I'm trading up. I would trade up. I don't care. But yeah, that's just me. We'll see. We will see. All right. Final pick at 32 overall. And this isn't TreVeyon Henderson. I'm seriously considering trading up, man. I would seriously consider trading up. Final pick of the first round. I hope it's not the Chief, or I hope it's not TreVeyon Henderson. And if he's still available, if TreVeyon's still available day 2, I would consider calling up the Cleveland Browns or the Houston Texans at 33 and 34. And I'm like, hey, let's make a deal, because I want TreVeyon Henderson or Quinshon Judkins. I'm not super high on Caleb Johnson personally, so I want one of those two, or I guess we wait till maybe the third to grab like a Dylan Sampson if he makes it that far. We'll have to see. That's just my personal opinion and my personal preferences, but hey, we will see what happens. All right, here's the Chiefs selection. Here is the Chiefs selection. Come on, please not Travion. Oh, it's Josh Simmons. It is an Ohio State guy, but it's not the one that I want. Interesting pick at 20. I don't hate it. Can't believe Tampa. I know. I can't believe Ibuka got snatched up by Tampa as well, man. Tampa doesn't even need him. They got Chris Godwin back. They have Mike Evans. They have Jalen McMillan. I don't know why they selected Emeka. And I do think that he was the Broncos guy if we stuck and picked at 20. I really do. But, hey, we'll see what happens. Travion Henderson, Tampa's just pissed we smoked him last year. True. That is so true. But that wraps up round 1 of the 2025 first round. And it starts, the second round, day 2, starts an hour earlier. So it's going to be 5 p.m. Mountain Time that it starts. So, yeah, I'll be looking forward to streaming and chatting with you guys then. I am hoping for Travion Henderson or Quinshad Judkins, Luther Burden, Jaden Higgins. I want one of those guys. We'll see if they fall. We'll see if the Broncos move up for them. But, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Video on Jahdae Barron coming out sometime tonight. Might be in the wee hours of the morning, as well as my best players available. Thank you all so much for watching. Day 1 of the draft, and I can't wait to see you all tomorrow.